The world of The Bitter Harvest begins in a rain-soaked night market, framed as a tragedy of lost love. It's a setting designed to pull at our sympathies immediately. Anar, the pomegranate, controls the opening narrative. He tells us Seb, the apple, broke his trust. In this version of the story, Anar is the hero, and Seb is the shadow, cast as the one who ruined everything. However, the physical reality of the characters tells a different story. Look at Seb's eyes. They are wide, glossy with genuine heartbreak, while his mouth trembles. These are the involuntary reactions of someone experiencing a sudden, crushing loss, not someone who has been caught in a lie. Contrast that with Anar. While his voiceover speaks of pain, his physical posture is guarded, turning to hide a smirk. His expression isn't one of grief, it's one of calculation. This diagram shows the gap between script and visual evidence. When dialogue claims one thing, but animation shows another, we have an unreliable narrator. This friction tells us to stop trusting the voice and find the real story in the background. To find the reality of what happened in that market, we must look past Anar's monologue and interrogate the peripheral characters who saw the event from the shadows. By moving the camera away from the central drama and into the dark alleys, we find the perspective of the hidden bystanders. This is Banana, the hidden witness. His physical response is telling. The sweating brow and the white-knuckled grip on the crate suggest he isn't just watching a breakup, he's watching something that has him terrified for his own safety. That level of fear indicates the event in the market involved a deliberate act of intimidation, something far more aggressive than the sad discovery Anar described. But just a few feet away, the reaction changes completely. We find a character who isn't afraid at all, but satisfied. Strawberry, the secret keeper, stands with crossed arms and a sly, knowing smile. She's positioned under a spotlight, as if she's part of the performance herself. Her monologue speaks of silence as a crime. When we pair her confidence with Banana's terror, it suggests that the betrayal wasn't a spontaneous moment, but a coordinated effort involving multiple parties. The disparity between these two witnesses, one paralyzed by fear and the other smiling in the shadows, points toward a manufactured event designed to protect a specific person. Orange, the investigator, brings a procedural eye to the scene. He is shown examining the physical remnants left on the wet street, looking for the technical proof that the official story left out. Orange's methodical search for inconsistencies shifts the narrative framework. The rainy street is treated as a site of evidentiary logic, where every misplaced object contradicts Anar's version of events. We see the human cost of this logic through the grapes. Their teary eyes and broken-hearted design represent the collateral damage of the event. The grapes point away from the scene, mourning a loss of trust. Their grief mirrors Seb's, suggesting that those closest to the situation feel the weight of a friendship being dismantled. This chart shows how these four different perspectives build a single truth. This is the Rashomon effect. When we connect the fear, the complicity, the physical evidence, and the shared grief, the center of the web shifts. The triangulation of these witnesses shows that Seb was the target of a setup. By piecing together how each bystander reacted, we can see that Anar is the one with the agency and the hidden motive, framing Seb to hide his own actions. The evidence from the quietest corners of the market points to one outcome. Anar projected his own betrayal onto a victim who was too devastated to defend himself. Now that we see the pattern, this opening scene looks completely different. We can see the power dynamic for what it is. Anar's voiceover about hidden secrets was a bold confession disguised as a complaint. He was describing his own role in the conspiracy while standing right in front of us. This diagram illustrates the mechanics of a gaslighting narrative. The central circle represents the dominant voice, emitting waves that physically warp the perception of everything around it. The animation uses this technique to make the audience believe the loudest person in the frame. It relies on our tendency to trust the narrator until the visual contradictions become too large to ignore. The lesson here is about media literacy. True intent is found in the physical subtext, the sweat on a witness's brow, the smirk on a hero's face, rather than the words spoken. The bitter harvest shows us that the loudest claim of victimhood can be a tool for manipulation. To find the truth, stop listening to the person holding the microphone and start watching the people in the shadows.